Hello, everyone. My name is Winifred Summer, and I am a human resources professional. I actually call myself the HR darling, which the word darling is probably not something people would describe, HR people as. But I wrote a book called The Toxic Job Playbook, and I want to tell you a little bit about how this book came to be. I actually started writing this book in the restroom stall at one of my toxic jobs, and I know you're probably wondering, what's up with that? Kind of not the best place to start writing, but the restroom was actually like my safe place at most of my jobs, because it was one of the few places, specifically in the stall, one of the few places that I knew that I could go where nobody would, come looking for me, bother me, be trying to talk to me. I could just have a moment to myself, and I would go in there and I would cry. I would go in there and pray, because I didn't really understand how I ended up in a toxic job. A lot of us think that, it's somebody else's problem. It could never happen to me. I just got to show up at work, do what I'm told, be kind, and everything will run smoothly. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, we end up in a toxic work environment. It actually happened to me 3 times, which is why on the book cover I have 3 red X's, 1 X for every toxic job that I had. So my book is broken up into 3 different parts. First part is called The Truth About Toxic Jobs. Toxic work environment is kind of like a buzz saying, a lot of people are talking about it without really understanding what it really is. So I define it. Some of my other titles are about toxic work culture, documenting what's going on in the workforce, when to go to HR, and how sometimes HR really isn't it. And when I say it isn't it, sometimes you can go to HR and report what's going on, and you'll find that maybe things get worse. And so you have to think about all of your options. You have to, see the value in yourself and know that you deserve better. Whether that's leaving that job, whether that's standing up for yourself, fighting the good fight. And then sometimes when you're job seeking, you can't find the opportunity that you look for. And so it may be time for you to create your own opportunity. We live in a time where there are a lot more ways that you can, be the change that you want to see in the workforce. So the second part of my book is called Let's Talk About You, where I give prompts, questions, and space for people to write their career goals. Tips for job seekers, it talks about interviewing, and I have other books besides this one that talks about interviewing and resumes and things like that. And then part 3, I talk about some of my own work experiences, because I've experienced quite a few in my time. And then I have some career affirmations at the end of the book, because I definitely I wanted to use this book as not just a way to vent, but I wanted to actually give people instructions and motivation to keep going and find the work environment that they seek. So I just wanted to share some of these career affirmations with you before I get off stage. So one is, I am highly skilled. It's amazing how many people working in HR, but even when I wasn't working in HR, how many people don't believe in themselves and don't see the value in their experience, in their education. So I wanted to start with, I'm highly skilled, I'm valued, I'm getting better every day, I'm a major asset, opportunities come to me, I create opportunities for others, I have impact, I am influential, I am blessed, and I practice gratitude. So this is a great book, not just for job seekers or people who are just in a toxic work environment, but maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're in leadership. It's important to make sure that you're not creating toxic work environments for employees. So this is my table up front, and I have some books. They're on sale, $10 today. I also do interview coaching and other things, so you can check me out at winifredsummer.com, but hopefully you'll stop by and see me. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here today. I actually came here because of a DM slide. So the library's Instagram account slid in my DMs and said, you should come out to the Petersburg Library. And I was like, it's like 3.5 hours away. I came from Maryland. But after, kind of going back and forth the DM, I was like, okay, I can come through. And I'm so glad I did. So thank you so much, everybody.